Hello, welcome or welcome back to Laura's Design Studio. And I had some stuff delivered. You know, I buy all my resin and everything at the first of the month when I get paid. Actually, I don't get paid on the first of the month. I get paid the second Wednesday of the month, which, you know, is just weird. But according to them, it's because of my last name. But okay. So, what I have gotten so far of course, is the Craftor casting powder. That's a must every month, along with my resin, which will be here tomorrow. I also got some more of these for molds. What do you call it? Oh, hell, I just lost it. You know, words. But this is mold housing. There you go, mold housing. I got more because I needed to make a bigger mold. So then I got these. These are cool little Halloween things, and they are glow in the dark. But what I'm gonna do is I picked out, because I have a whole bag here of them, I picked out the ones I really wanted, and I'm gonna actually do a mold of these so that I have it. Okay, so that's those. Put those aside. I then got these, which are super cool. Oh, I think. They are a skull and a spider, and the mouth moves and everything. So I have 4 of these. I have this blue purple, this orange yellow, this pastel-y one, and you see the other side is the spider. You got the skull, and then I have an all white. I'm gonna make a mold. I'm gonna make a mold out of one of these because I think they're fun. So that's another mold that we'll do. I then got the dragon head mold because I've seen people use it and I really like it, and I wanted it for like tops of jars and stuff because I think it'd be cool. So we'll be doing that one. Then I got white sand because I'm gonna do some beachy things. So I got that. And then I got bugs. I got bugs because I had for Halloween. So we have, what are these? Flies. These are flies. We got centipedes. We've got spiders. We have got cockroaches, maggots, little spiders, and scorpions. So I think I'm set with that. I have lots of ideas. We're gonna put all this stuff over here because the main event I really want to talk about, and we'll do something today, but I need to uncover my other things that I'm going to talk about this with. So I'm going to bring these over here. So here I have decided, I was talking to Renee, you know, Heart Creations by Renee. I was talking to Renee, and I have decided that I really want to kind of show people that you can get quality items at lower prices. Because, you know, I live on a fixed income, and I think of a lot of people who do, you know, crafts and stuff like this do live on. A lot of us came to crafting because we needed to because we were on a fixed income, or you just don't have the money to go out and spend on all the stuff. Totally get it. I went from basically buying whatever I wanted to being on a fixed income, which I don't like because when I want something, I want to buy it. So I was talking to Resiners, and when I saw this mixer come out, I really wanted to showcase it. This is their new hand mixer. Okay. So this is their manual silicone paddle mixer. Why did I want this? Well, here's the deal. We're going to talk about mixers. Now, Let's Resin, I do like your products as far as mixers and powders and stuff like that. Even your molds, some of your molds I love. This mixer irritates me to no end. Irritates me. This is the mixer when I first came back to Resin after my stint of being a reseller. This was one of the first, because when I was doing Resin a long time ago, we didn't have anything like this. So when I came back to Resin, my hands are not good. You know, I have every autoimmune disease under the sun, including lupus and RA and fibromyalgia. Just put them all together, it's me. So this was the mixer I bought. I did not realize that you have to push this button every 40 seconds. And you're saying, what's the big deal? It irritates me. I don't know what they were thinking when they designed this mixer, but if I am mixing resin in a mixer, I'm usually doing other things, like getting my area ready, getting out the colors I'm going to use. And I know it's a little thing, but it irritates me. It also irritates me because if you're new to resin and you buy this mixer and you think, oh, this thing's great, it mixes my resin in 40 seconds. No. That's not long enough. Resin, look at any of the brochures for any brand you want. It's 3 to 5 minutes. Which means you basically got to sit there and press this 6 times. Now, if you're anything like me, I lose count. I'm doing other stuff. And I'm pressing, and I'm pressing, and I'm pressing. And I know it's a little thing, but it irritates me. The thing that I really liked about it was the amount that it held. But yeah, sorry Let's Resin, but this one you need to redo. Then Renee, Heart Creations by Renee, gifted me this one. I like this. I like this one. I don't have to sit there and press a button. It goes at various speeds. See this? It's good. Now, why did I want this one? Number one, it's inexpensive, okay? It's gonna be good on your hands because if you're anything like me, and Sheila at Reptiles and Resin has the same problem I do, we forget to plug them in to charge. So you go in, all of a sudden you don't have a mixer, it's not working because you forgot to charge it. That's not Let's Resin's fault, that's my fault, but still it happens, and it happens more times than I would like to admit. Okay, so then I have to end up mixing it by hand, and you know, I remember to plug it in at that point. Or the other thing that I've had happen is you think you're good, you know, I've only used this one time or whatever, it still should have a charge. I don't know about you guys, but more times than I care to admit, I have put my resin in my cup, I have turned it on. It goes 2 or 3 spins and then it's dead. Like I said, not Let's Resin's fault. My fault. But it happens, and it happens more times than I like to know. So, and these are not cheap. I think these are in the $30, $40 range, which if you're living on a fixed income, those are, you know, a little on the expensive side. This one I think is less than $15 by Resiners. It just came out. And this is why I was talking to Resiners about this. Because, like I said, one of my goals is to really feature a more affordable way of if you really want to get into resin. So, this little mixer here is by Resiners. It comes with a warranty card, 12-month warranty. That's good. And so we've got the top part. We've got the cup and the paddle. We've got this little thing. We'll figure out what it is in a minute. We've also got a little mat. You can always use these. These are good. I love these. Okay, that's all that's in there. In here we have the handle and the paddle. This paddle is made of silicone, so it's really easy cleanup, right? Now, let's read the directions here for a second. What I've seen other people, it seems quite self-explanatory here. So, this is an extension rod. It goes on there. Here's your handle. You have 3 places here. Well, let's put our paddle on. There. Really simple to put together. So you have this one, which cranks this way. Okay. Then you have this one up here, which cranks like this from the top. And then you have this one also on top that cranks, okay? Now these are speeds. These are speeds. So we're gonna figure out what speed is what. We also have this silicone cup. It holds, how much does it hold? Ounces. 12 ounces. That's a good size cup. So it is 12 ounces or 350 mils. Or you can get another one. I guess they have another cup that you can get. Or you can use any cup with that extension rod. Okay, so it's too long for this. So this cup does not need this extension on it. So we're gonna take this off. Come out of there. Okay, pop it off, Laura. Oh, my hands are not good. There we go. Once I got a hold of it. So this is for this cup, just this and this. And then it goes on your cup like this. And you stick your handle in the position that you want it. All right? There we go. So you can use plastic cups. So this will fit. Let's see if they fit in this cup. Yeah, it would do that cup just fine. So you don't even need to use their cup. You can use other cups. And then I we don't need those. So you can use the plastic cups. You can up to 20 ounces. If you take this with the extension, you can get a 20-ounce cup and still use this. You just use this part of it, not the cup part. So that makes it easy. You don't have to stick to just using this cup. You can use bigger cups. So the low speed is this one right here. This is the low speed. So if we put the handle on here, this is the low speed, right? Then this one over here is the high speed, and you can see how much faster it rotates. And I'm not turning it any differently. All right. And then this one on the side for the handle is the medium speed. So you have a multi-speed mixer that can not only go on this cup, but can go on several others. I bet you, if I take out this one from the Let's Resin, I bet you, yes, it fits. I would put the extender on it because it doesn't go all the way to the bottom, but it does fit on that cup. Let's see, will it fit on the big cup? Probably not. No. So you can't use this cup, which is a 20, what is this one? Mine's so full of resin, I can't even tell anymore. This one is, I think it's a 28 ounce. No, 30 ounce, sorry, 30 ounce on the top. So, here are your different options. I really like the fact that it's a nice silicone cup. I like the fact that it is a silicone paddle, much easier to clean. And I actually like the fact that I don't have to remember to plug it in. Or if I'm mixing something and I run out of charge, I can switch, as long as I'm not doing that great big cup, I can switch it out, stick my paddle in there, and continue. Okay? So I like the fact that you can use different cups with it and everything. I think that that was a very smart design. Now this one, because it's new, you got to get it used to going into place right there, but there it is. So, I think this is genius. I also think that it does a really good duty in the craft room and a really good duty for getting into resin with low cost, and you get a mixer, okay? The only thing I wish they would have done is make these in black, the numbers. I do like the way that this one has the black numbers on it. Other than that, I think this is a great alternative. When I was talking to the rep and she said, well, this is what we've got new, I said, that's exactly what I wanted. I no question. This I knew was going to be a must-have for me, just because I tend to forget to plug things in. And the fact that this mixer, the big one, irritates me. It's the 40-second thing. I don't know. You know, I just don't understand why they would make one that's 40 seconds and people actually now think that they get that they get to have their resin done in 40 seconds, and that's not the case. You got to keep pushing that button. But let's try something with this. Let's pour something. I have a little bit of resin left here. My others will be back. Will be here tomorrow. So let's pour something. I'm going to keep this extender over here in my little basket that has little tools in it. Let's see. How much resin do I? I don't have much, so this is the one that has the least amount. Let's see how much it is, and we'll go from there. All right, so how many do I have here? 2 ounces. So we're gonna do 4 ounces. I always do this on the top of paper towel so I'm eye level and I can see. Okay, now I have 4 ounces of resin. I am going to put this top on. Make sure that it sits on my cup. The cup is new, so until it gets used to being where it's supposed to be. There we go. That's better. There you go. Come on. Got one more there. Much better. Okay. There we go. What are we pouring? I need something that takes... Well, you know what? We're going to pour the dragon head. It's here. It's new. We are pouring it. Now, I want this to sit in there. My silicone is not behaving itself. There we go. Come on. This is the hardest part. It's really soft silicone, so there we go. We are on there now. And I have it on the medium one. Let me take this out. Let's try the high speed. There we go. Oh yeah. Gotta break it in. It's a little squeaky right now, but now with Bond Crafter, I look at it. Okay, there, it could go a couple more times. I got a few little streaks in it right now, so let's go. Alright. So, the reason I use Bond Crafter is because it's a very affordable resin, but it's also, besides being affordable, I'm gonna let that drip off into that cup. It is very, very good at degassing. I mean, those bubbles that you see, they're just little micro bubbles and they'll come right out. So I really like Bond Crafter because it is an affordable resin, more affordable than most, and I love the way it works. Okay, so let's see, I have a bunch of jars over here. What do I want to make one for? Let's do some blue. Blue. Yeah, let's do some blue. This one's almost out. So this is the cobalt blue. I am going to take my little mixer back over here, and we're just going to mix up the color right in here. And regardless, you're going to have to scrape your sides and your bottom. Even though this one is really good at getting all the way to the bottom, I really like that. You're always going to need to scrape your sides and your bottom. Stay right there. These popsicle sticks, the more resin that's on them, the better. Why? Because it doesn't cause bubbles in your resin because it's sealed. So don't throw away old sticks that have resin on it by any means. No, 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 no. Keep those. Alright, so look. That's very pretty. Very, very pretty. Let's get, we're going to get some, this is less resin, luminous, to make glow in the dark. That is way too small to come out of there. There we go. We're going to put some of this in there. And I'm just going to mix it in there. Now the that luminous stuff, it is gritty, so you might hear it. It does sound gritty. All right, here we go. We are going to pour this dragon head. I don't know how much it takes, but we're gonna work on. Here we go. Now I like to put some in, and then because I've never poured this mold, I don't know exactly where the problem areas lie, but I would imagine it's going to be his eyes and his snout, because it kind of goes down in there. So I just get as many bubbles out as you can, and then finish filling it. Okay, we're almost there. Okay, I'm gonna grab my alcohol, spray that. I'm gonna set him off to the side. We still have just over an ounce. Let's see. Do I have any other new molds up here? Not ones that are small enough. Let's find something that we can use. This is from Resin Molds Express. I just got this in their box, their monthly subscription box. So let's pour some of these, because these are very useful to have. First of all, this is a charm mold, and it came with the eye hooks. You can drill a hole and put those in and everything. But you can make these into keychains. You can put them, use them on different projects. But here we go. Let's, if you like big earrings, I guess you can make this unicorn. We have two facing each other, that one and this one. You can make those into earrings. We have a little mermaid tail here. Here's a rainbow. We'll just pour it in all blue. You can take your acrylic markers afterwards and put other colors in there if you would like. This one can take a little bit more. Let's do this bottle over here. We don't have very much left. The girls went back home and Mom came and picked them up. They'll be back on Friday. Ooh, do I have enough for the little seahorse? I might. Okay, this is my endorsement for these spatulas. They're on Amazon. They're called mini curved spatulas. And they will scrape your cups like you've never had cups scraped before. So here's the little seahorse. And guys, I am one of those people that if I get a good product from a company and I really, really like it, I don't waver. I do not waver. It's just one of those things that, you know, I tend to believe in loyalty to companies that are good. And that's why, you know, you will often hear me say that I use Craftor exclusively. The only time I waver from Craftor is they do not have a fast cure resin. So if I want a fast cure, I do have to buy a different brand. And stuff like I use eye candy. I love eye candy for powders. I don't have powders and pigments. I don't have very many of them yet, but I will build the stash because I think that they are reasonably priced. You can get the what are they called? The samples, so you know what colors you really like. But this mixer I thought was just genius, and I really like the concept of it, because like I said, I want to do things that are very affordable, and you can only be so affordable with resin, you know. I'm sorry, but resin is quite expensive, but you can certainly try and limit your costs with buying products that are quality items but lower priced, that somebody who's on a fixed income could reasonably get. You know, in all honesty, the Let's Resin, the mixers, I mean, I have nothing against them, obviously, you know, except for the 40-second one. Don't get me started on that again, because I really have a problem with that one. But the other mixer, I love it. But, you know, it is what it is. I tend to forget to plug it in. And I'm not the only one who's done that. Now, let's see how nice this cleans up. I got most of it out with that spatula. There's a little bit left in there. Let's see. I just sprayed some alcohol in it. Because that's the other thing, is how easy is it to clean up. Oh, so there we go. This silicone is nice. It works really nice. Because look, there's the cup. It's totally clean. Number one, my little spatula did its job by getting everything out of there, but just a little bit of alcohol and a swipe, that's good. Let's see about, I'm gonna bring this over here because I do wanna see how easy this paddle is to clean up. You know, I let it drain in the cup. There's a little bit in there, but this silicone is really nice. I really like how it's a soft silicone. You know, my other, I don't care for the plastic paddles that's Let's Resin has. I would rather it be silicone. I feel like I could never get those plastic paddles fully cleaned. But look at that. There we go. Nice and clean, ready for the next time. You know, I'm gonna put it back on there. I'm gonna put it in my jar. And yes, it has some limitations, just mainly the amount that you can do at once. But, you know, there isn't that, you can't have everything, you know, and for most projects, that is just fine. You know, a lot of times you don't need more than that. I mean, sometimes I do, but that's because I'm usually mixing it for several projects at once. Mass produce but I really like it. I think it cleans up very nicely. I think it's going to be very handy because I don't have to remember to charge it. But I like this product. This is one that I, you know, really wanted to try out because I do want to bring you guys stuff that is a lower price point, especially if you're just getting into resin. It's very expensive to start because you think you need all the colors. You need to find resin at a good price. You need to, you know, get all of your supplies, your colors, your glitters, your molds, you know. It's just, it can be very expensive. But a little mixer like this, that you still have 3 speeds on it. And you can mix up to 12 ounces. And with the extender, you can mix up to, what was it, 20? With the extender, where is it? Yeah, up to 20 ounces with the extension rod. So, you know, if you have a bigger cup, just put the extension rod, put this on, and I like the fact that it can go into any cup. You know, not huge cups, but it up to 20 ounces it will go into with no problem. So I do like it. I think it's a great product. That is my opinion. You will now see me using this a lot. And it's just, for me, it's convenience, you know. This is easy to crank. I didn't have any problems. I didn't feel like, you know, my hands were hurting, and I've been in a lupus flare because I've been taking my granddaughters to the pool a lot, and you know, with lupus, you're not supposed to be in the sun. I'm in the sun, in the pool. I try and stay in the shaded areas because it does have big trees all around, so I try and do that. But I'm not going to tell my granddaughters no. I'm not going to tell them that they have to sit in an apartment all day while dad is working. No, we can go to the pool, we can have some fun, and grandma will suffer, and that's just the way it is. So, you know, even with all my flares going on right now, this was very easy to crank. I like the fact that it has 3 speeds. I like the fact that you can use up to a 20-ounce cup. So, I will be testing this out now forever. I mean, I'm going to use my other mixers if I need to mix big batches, if I remember to, you know, plug them in. And it's silly because where I have them sitting, literally the plug is right there, but I still forget to plug it in, and it irritates me. And I try not to use that 40-second mixer because that irritates me. I know it's stupid because it's just a small thing, but it does. But okay, guys, I'm going to finish cleaning up. I'm going to let these cure up, and I'm going to get this video out for you guys. It's not about the projects, it's about this little mixer that Resiners was so kind to send to me and let me have fun with it. And I really appreciate it. And, you know, I hope to come that I can have a relationship with Resiners because, you know, I've seen their products that are used by other people. Other YouTubers, and you know, I've been seeing the reviews on their new curing machine. That is, when I saw that curing machine, I was like, are you kidding me? It covers both UV and regular resin epoxy, which I think is genius, absolutely genius. But like anything, it has its limitations. It can't do really huge molds, I don't believe, because that centerpiece where the UV is, I think it can only take so much. I don't know. I've only seen a couple of reviews on it so far. I was just watching one that I'm halfway through it. It's Tammy from Epoxy Me That. Go check her out. You know, go check out Mary at Resin Me Up. You guys saw she sent me a huge box of stuff that I would have never been able to purchase all of that on my own. Resiners sent me the mixer. You know, I have great friends. I think they're all really nice, and I think you guys would definitely enjoy them because they are a lot of fun. So go check them out. Heart Creations by Renee, Resin Me Up, Mary, Tammy, Epoxy Me That. Then you've got the Slaya Tray Girls, Beverly, and I'll put links to the other channels in my description. And I've kept you long enough, and I will see you guys in the next video. Don't forget about discount codes in the description box. Like, share, comment, subscribe, do all the things so you know the next time I'm uploading a video. And I will talk to you in the next one. Bye-bye.